Hey everybody, how you guys doing? So I'm gonna give some people a little bit of time to jump on here because I'm a couple minutes early. You're not gonna need much for tonight's flow. We're just gonna kind of stretch out some of those muscles we're not used to using, shoveling snow and making snowmen and doing all the things we've been doing for the past few days. Tonight I grabbed a strap to help stretch out my shoulders and some hot chocolate because, well, it really seems like hot chocolate weather. So go ahead and join me. If you don't have a strap at home, grab a scarf or a belt or maybe a beach towel, something. Grab your favorite hot beverage and come join me. So I do have really good news before we get started. Erica says that the roads are clear enough for her to make it into the studio tomorrow. So I'm going to do this Facebook Live for you guys, and then I'll be back on here at 9 a.m. for a little bit quicker, faster vinyasa type flow. But then hopefully we get to start the schedule at the regular, like normal things tomorrow night. So I will post if that doesn't happen, but for now the plan is to do a Facebook Live now, do another one in the morning, and then have Erica start back up with our regular schedule, which means I will be coming into the studio on Saturday for movement and mindset. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start in a seated position. I am super comfortable in Sukhasana, heels in line with the groin. That is kind of the traditional sitting posture. If that's not your posture of choice, maybe you bring the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Maybe you just extend the legs out in front. Whatever is comfortable for you. If sitting on the floor is not your jam, go ahead and grab a seat. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So taking a couple minutes here just to feel the sit bones connect with the ground. Bringing the shoulders up to the ears, waterfalling the shoulder blades down the back. And starting to imagine there's a string on the top of your head pulling you just a little bit taller. If you feel safe, close your eyes. If you don't feel safe, go ahead and lower your gaze down to the ground. Just taking the next 2 or 3 breaths, starting to come into the now. Starting to release the frustrations of being housebound. Release the frustrations of having the kids at home. Kind of pushing the to-do list out of your mind. Just coming into the now. Just you and your breath. And bringing your left hand to your heart space and your right hand to your low abs. Just start to feel the breath go through the body. No need to change it. Just feel it. And then if it feels right for you, start to bring the air into the right hand, expanding those low abs. And then draw the air up into the heart space, expanding the left hand. Pause at full. And then exhale down through the left hand, down through the right. Doing 5 more just like that. Inhale through the right hand, up into the left. Pause at full. Exhale down through the left. And then down to the right. 3 more on your own. And then bringing the hands to Anjali Heart Center, pressing the thumbs into the sternum, and taking just a moment to set a sankalpa or an intent for tonight's practice. Exhale, release the hands to the knees, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale the ear to one shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, ear to opposite shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Continue with this. Let your breath start to carry the motion. When your ear finds one shoulder, go ahead and hold it there. Walking the opposite arm away from the body, starting to get into these scalenes, and really make sure the shoulder blade is like rolled down that shoulder. And then walking the hand behind the body just a little bit more. Inhale, lift up to center. We're going to switch sides, drawing the ear to the opposite shoulder. Walk the hand away from the body, rolling that shoulder blade down the back. Breathing in here. And walking the hand behind the body just a little bit more. Inhale, lift up. We're going to bring the thumb up towards the ceiling and then bring it right between the shoulder blades any way that it gets there. We're not going to be super picky about that. And we're going to bring our ear to the opposite shoulder. Once again, getting into these scalenes. Taking some deep breaths here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super grateful for power and heat and Wi-Fi. Inhale, lift up. We're going to switch sides. Bring that thumb up towards the ceiling. Bring it right between the shoulder blades any way that it gets there. And drop the ear to the opposite shoulder. Breathing in here. Inhale, back to center. Bringing the chin over towards the shoulder, lifting the chin up towards the ceiling, finding that stretch here for a pose that I have nicknamed the Snooty Yogi. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, opposite side. Draw that chin over towards the shoulder, lift the chin up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center. Keeping the hands on the knees. We're going to round the back, look down at the belly for cat. Sink the belly out, tip the head up, cow. Really letting those collarbones expand on cow, getting that really angry cat arch on cat. A few more, letting your breath start to carry you here. And coming into cat, holding cat for 2 deep breaths. And then sinking the belly out, tipping the head back, cow, 2 deep breaths. Coming back to a neutral spine. We're going to cross one arm across the midline, find the opposite knee. Do your best beauty queen pose. Start to bring that elbow up towards the ceiling. And you're going to draw your shoulder now down towards the knee as that elbow comes up. Find the stretch in the side body here. And once you find stability, rotate that heart space up towards the ceiling, finding the stretch in the side body. Inhale, lift up. We're going to switch sides, crossing the arm across the midline, finding the knee, doing the best beauty queen pose, and drawing the shoulder down towards the free knee with the elbow coming up towards the ceiling. Find some stability here. Rotate the heart space up. Breathe in. Inhale, lift up. We're going to bring the hands to the knees. Exhale the heart space forward. Inhale, start to make some Sufi circles, warming up the spine, warming up the back. And then coming to the back of a Sufi circle, switching directions. And slowly start to tighten up your circles, finding some stillness here. We're gonna bring our legs into fire log legs. So you're gonna flex one foot, parallel the shin to the front of your mat. Then you're gonna take the other ankle, stack it on top of the knee, flexing the foot, and then stack this knee on top of the ankle. Confused yet? So ideally, we're sitting up nice and tall. Both sit bones are connected with the ground. The knees are stacked on top of the ankles, and the ankles are stacked on top of the knees. We're gonna grab our strap or our scarf or our belt or whatever we're using and drop that strap down the back. Use the opposite hand to walk the hands towards each other, drawing one elbow up towards the ceiling and one elbow down towards the floor. Lift up through the spine, and then hinge at the waist, fold forward for cow facing pose. Really starting to get into the hips, getting into the shoulders, breathing in here. And as the hips loosen up, lean forward just a little bit more, getting into those muscles that have stopped guarding. Inhale, lift up. We're going to release the strap. We're going to reverse the cross of the legs. So the leg that's on top now is going to be on bottom. Once again, flexing that foot to protect the knee and stacking the ankle on top of the knee, flexing your feet. Fire log legs, reversing the arms. So bringing the strap into the opposite hand, drop that strap down the back, elbow comes up towards the ceiling, walking the hands towards each other. Lift up tall through the spine, hinge at the waist, fold forward. Inhale, lift up. We're going to release the strap. We'll come back to it in a little bit. Finding the sit bones, we're going to plant the soles of both feet onto the ground. Creepy crawl those legs away so that we have a little space here. You're going to grab one ankle and invite it up to the thigh, flexing the foot to protect the knee. Energetically, we're going to start to push this knee away from us. Now the hands that are behind us, the fingers can point towards the glutes or away. I'm not super concerned about that for this pose. And we're going to take our extended leg now and start to walk the heel up towards the glutes. Really getting into that outer thigh, getting into the hip flexors here, pushing the knee away from the body. Breathe in. And when it feels right, walk the hands up a little bit more, getting a little bit deeper into that hip flexor. We're going to walk the hands back, release this ankle. We're going to switch sides, bringing the opposite ankle to the thigh, flex the foot to protect the knee. Energetically push the knee down towards the floor. We're going to walk the heels towards the glutes and walk the hands up just a little bit. Really getting into those hip flexors, getting into the outer hip here. Breathe in. Then if it feels right, walk the hands up just a little bit more, intensifying the stretch. Exhale, walk the hands back, walk the feet back, release, shake it up. We're going to extend both legs out in front, flexing the feet, maybe pulling the flesh away from the sit bones. From here, we're going to lift up super tall, hinge at the waist, fold forward, bring the hands down to the shins, the knees, the ankles, the feet, wherever they land. Breathe in here. Taking 2 or 3 more deep breaths, really letting the hamstrings relax, letting that low back relax. And after the hamstrings have stopped guarding, maybe fold just a little bit deeper. Breathe in. And walking the hands back. We're going to bring the ankle from one foot up onto the opposite thigh, Flex that foot to protect the knee. Energetically drive the knee down towards the ground. Lift up tall. Hinge at the waist. Fold forward. Seated pigeon. Breathe in here. Inhale, lift up. We're going to switch sides, extend the opposite leg. Bring the ankle onto the thigh. Flex the foot to protect the knee. Drive that knee down towards the ground. Lift up tall. Hinge at the waist. Fold forward. Seated pigeon. Inhale, lift up. We're going to bring the soles of both feet together. Open the feet up like we're reading a book here. Maybe taking a couple minutes, couple seconds, whatever we have time for, making some circles down the inner arch of the feet. In reflexology, these points correlate to the spine. So kind of giving yourself a little back massage here. From here, we're going to lift up through the spine, hinge at the waist, fold forward for Baddha Konasana. Breathe in here, several deep breaths, opening up the hips, releasing that low back. And walking the hands back. We're going to extend both legs out in front, bending one knee, planting the sole of the foot as close to the thigh as possible. Your extended leg is flexed, leading with the heel. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, twist towards your knee. Wrap the arm around the knee, lifting up. The drishti comes over that back shoulder. Breathe in here. Staying here, inhale, lift a little taller. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Coming back to center, we're going to switch sides, extend the leg, bending the opposite knee, plant that foot right on the inside of the thigh. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist towards the knee, wrap the arm around the knee. Drishti follows that back shoulder. Breathe in here. Inhale, lift up a little taller. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Coming back to center, release the legs. We're going to go ahead and come down onto the back. So finding the back, you're going to bend both knees. And you're going to open the arms up wide like a T and start to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. We're going to drop the knees down to one side. And the hardest cue in yoga is about to happen. You're going to take that bottom foot and bring it to the top thigh. So it's going to look like this. Starting to open up that hip flexor here. Both shoulder blades stay down on the ground. Taking some nice deep breaths. And bringing the feet back to center. Start to windshield wiper the knees one more time. And dropping the knees to the opposite side. Bring that bottom foot to the top thigh. Activating that hip flexor. Bring the knees back to center. You're going to hug the knees up to the chest. Make yourself into a small ball and start to roll up and down the mat, eventually coming back to a seated position. Almost done here. From here, We're gonna bring one leg out to the side. Invite one heel in towards the groin. Now that extended foot is flexed and you're leading with the heel. Lift up through the spine, twist over your extended leg, hinge at the waist, fold forward, drawing the head down towards the knee. Inhale, lift up. We're gonna switch sides. Lift up through the spine, twist over the extended leg, fold forward. Inhale, lift up. Coming back into a seated position. So that is all I have for you tonight. I'm hoping that that gentle, easy flow kind of worked out some of the kinks and got the body moving again. Tomorrow we're going to do some more chest openers. I've noticed that a lot of us have spent this kind of snowstorm doing a lot of this. So we're going to see if we can open up the chest a little bit tomorrow and possibly see if we can find our abs. So I will be back on here at 9 a.m. I hope you join me. Tomorrow you'll need a block or a book or something like that to lift the floor up to you, and a strap or a belt or something like that so that you can reach your feet. Besides that, I hope you have a lovely night, and the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Bye, y'all.